my viewpoint is of this is first it starts as personal. Has become a good friend of mine. I love him and his family, Ruth and the boys, and I wish everyone well. You know, I was first a fan of Nolan's before I was a friend. Going back to the day he was becoming a legend, probably the greatest pitcher of all time. I think we would all acknowledge that's a role he deserves and a title he deserves. But I was listening to radio and the announcer that day said, "Well, for whatever you do, don't go to the ballpark tonight. It's sold out. Nolan Ryan's got a chance at 5,000 strikeout." And so me and my fellow worker considered that a challenge. So of course, we came to the stadium. I was scalped, but the ticket was well worth it, and we were there. And so my roots with the Rangers go all the way back to when they first came to town. So I was doing some consulting work, did a lot of the tax returns for Ranger players in those days. This is 1972, I believe is the year. But so lots of roots with the Rangers and lots of emotion for the Rangers. And to me, Nolan means Rangers, even though he was not always with us, but that was my first association. And then I had the great privilege as sort of the American ride to get to know him personally as a co-chairman of the Rangers, and then saw what I believed about him come true. And that's a great man, a stand-up man, and a good friend. We will remain friends. We'll always be in contact. And then, sort of the other things that he and I share is we're both very small town Texas boys who went, and I'm sure he would say this too, much further in this world than we ever thought, coming off a small town experience. And what a great trip it's been. So, Nolan, as talking about lucky, we got involved the right year. We went to the World Series immediately. He had already laid the groundwork for a turnaround of an organization coming out of the depths of bankruptcy, and it led that successfully and with brilliance of probably the most successful turnaround and one of the most successful turnarounds in baseball history. So we came along at the right time, and frankly, going back to when I invested in the Rangers, it was my contact initially was Chuck Greenberg, but the reason I did it personally was because I believed in Nolan Ryan, and everything I believed came true. I believed he was a stand-up, honest man that one could invest money with and do it in size, and that all turned out to be true. Nolan, I appreciate all you've done, and can't say enough. I will assure you this: I've tried every way I can to talk him out of it. Over the last few days, and and just couldn't get it done. But I respect his feelings. He's at a time in his life where he's got a lot of interests that I share too, such as ranching and his grandchildren and children. And so I've got to respect the decision, although I've got to tell you that it's with personal sadness that I don't sit with my friend every game. But it is what it is, and Nolan will always love you and